It's a new TV revolution. All your movies and shows in one place, powered by AI. Get ready to give your favorite movie.
Airplane.
And there it is. We've got Airplane, Airplane 2. Now that's the traditional search. Let's do this. Let's try to find the movie Airplane without using the name Airplane.
Find movie with I don't speak jive.
Classic.
If you remember that scene.
Classic moment.
So try that.
Find movie with I don't speak jive. So good. Okay, so let's do more lines. What's a favorite movie line?
I'll be back. What movie is I'll be back from?
What movie has the line, I'll be back? And there it is. Here's the fun part. Once you do the search, AI actually makes a post about it. And it starts out with our response to the question. The iconic line, I'll be back, is famously spoken by Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, the Terminator 1984. There it is. So that's what AI will be able to do here over in the news feed, which will come from users, it will come from Facebook, it'll come from IMDb, the review portals, but AI will be one of the contributors to our social news feed. So give me another line, famous line from a movie you want to see.
I'm getting too old for this.
Okay, here it comes. And there we go. Lethal Weapon. I'm getting too old for this. Absolutely.
I really only like one or two things on every platform, but I have to have 12 different platforms to watch the few shows that I like.
Each show or movie keeps changing on who can stream it, who can't, and then you have to get a new subscription.
Go back, get out, go into another platform to watch another show. I wish it was just easier to access.
It's the fact that people are just frustrated with streaming generally. Too many platforms, content overload. They feel like they're being sold. They feel like there's agendas. They feel like they can't watch content without feeling frustrated, and they can't find the content they want. Like, they're missing half the game just trying to find the content they want.
Have you noticed our power of choice is slipping away as watchers, parents, and subscribers? And it's not just us. 60% of the global streaming population now say they are frustrated and demand a change.
60% of the population globally is frustrated. 2/3 are planning to switch. So we know that there is a massive switch opportunity in front of us. Somebody's going to solve this. So I'm going to say list the entire Star Wars series in chronological order. So now you can watch episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, Star Wars, and Empire Strikes Back, and it goes in the proper order to watch the series. Let's go to Netflix for a second. I'm going to try to find Star Wars in chronological order. It says, sorry, your search for Star Wars in chronological order did not have any matches. Okay, let's try this. Let's just try Star Wars. It's not there. There's no Star Wars.
That's because you're on Netflix. You're searching through Netflix. Netflix doesn't have Star Wars.
That's right. That's exactly right. A lot of people say, well, can't Netflix just add artificial intelligence? Yeah, it can add that to search its own library, which doesn't have the movie I'm looking for. So that's why we believe there's going to be a massive shift when people realize they can go to a single source and find the content they want to watch. I want to start by just giving you a little visual to imagine what you got out there. You got 800 million titles of video content and almost that many number of sponsors of that content. And each one of them are creating their own walled gardens, and it's difficult to find the content you want. What we do is really kind of a simple model of bringing all of that content. There might be a needle in that haystack. We're going to find a pile of needles and bring them directly to you.
I think I would like to have more control over what he can watch, so he doesn't have access to everything on the platform.
When you finally find content you like, there's always the scene or 2 or maybe 10 that you don't want your family to see. 7 in 10 are morally concerned. They are very upset. This is not just the church. This is the American viewing population. 7 in 10 are saying they're done.
What if we didn't have to accept all these streaming limitations? What if there was another way? And what if it was powered by AI technology to give us back our choice? What we want. It's time for a revolution.
This race is just beginning. there is a number somewhere between 219 billion and 417 billion in future revenue that this thing is going to be creating, because there is still a massive shift to digital taking place. The race has not ended.
MyStreme is our solution to the worldwide video streaming dilemma. Our mission is to unite a global fan-owned media movement for good, and we're starting with the world's first fan-created streaming TV network. If big tech can't do it for us, we the people can.
I just want to thank you guys again for letting us be a part of this, because nowhere in my life would I ever have the opportunity to be a part of this. It's so exciting to me. I tell people about it and they're like, what? I'm like, I'm serious. I'm in this stuff. And they just laugh at me. But once it becomes mainstream, they're going to say, is this what you were doing? So yes, I got to be in all the meetings with all the executives. So thank you.
If you're amazed by what artificial intelligence can do, imagine what it will do for your TV experience. That's why MyStreme was born. Ambitious is an understatement for what MyStreme will do, combining all video media into one central platform, not dozens like you currently have. With the ability to filter what comes into your home through AI boundaries, you choose how much language, violence, or other questionable content is allowed to come through your TV or mobile device. TV that knows you. We're exploring personalization so advanced it feels like magic. So you can avoid hours of flipping through programming you don't even like. Conserving your most valuable resource that you can't get back. Family time.
We have Netflix, Amazon, Apple. We've got all that content in one place. So you search by title, not by service that provides the title before you search for the title. So it's just a simple thing of everything's here. Then it's curation, and that curation is going to be at two levels. One is by the many just parameters around genres, watch lists, things like that. And then ratings, which are going to be made by fans. We're going to have fan curation going on in there where it's a social media TV experience and people create their own lists, reviews, their own ratings. And then there's going to be a bit of artificial intelligence that aggregates all of that information to narrow down to the content you want. And then when you do find it, now you've got boundaries. Boundaries is where we're going to filter out the content you don't want. This is the global boundary setting, so it'll set for you on these parameters: sex, language, violence, nudity. You can decide if you want clear play skipping or if you don't, but you can narrow your library now so you don't have to see the titles you don't want, regardless of whether it's a moral issue or it's just a preference issue. We've got you covered on that. Fun part about this is when you go then to play your movie, it now pops up this over here where we can say, okay, we'd love to sit with our families and watch this movie, but the minute you got a 16-year-old watching in the room with mom and dad, there's a couple scenes you might not want them to see. And so we can actually call those out. For example, a painting shows a topless woman. Well, it's a painting. Let's get over it, guys. So maybe we'll see that. But if there's a topless woman explicitly having sex with a man, and that's actually called out here, maybe we'll want to skip that with our teenagers in the room. And when you go to play, that will absolutely play, and that is functional today. This is not pretend. This is not a drill. That technology is functional.
The movement of the People's TV Network all starts with one word: unity. We go as one in the power of thousands of investors and fans just like you, joining this cause. Holding true to our core values, we're taking significant portions of profits to build clean water wells through our initiative, Streams of Water. So how do you join the revolution? There are 3 ways. Number 1, become an investor. Number 2, be an inventor. Be a part of our AI TV Advisory Council and let your voice be heard. Number 3, be a champion. We're looking for influencers and engineers to join our mission. So make your vision for your own plugin or shooting a TV channel, and let's make magic together. It's time for a change, and we the people are taking a stand. Be part of the AI revolution with MyStreme.
All right, welcome to our demonstration of MyStreme. Today we're going to show you some new features. Some of the cool things we've got are now boundaries is working. We've got hype lists working, shareable content. We've got the largest library that we're aware of, larger than Amazon, larger than Netflix, larger than Apple TV or Disney. The reason is we have all of that content now in one place, and that's demonstrated today. We also are going to want to show you how a hype list works. That's really the exciting news of the day, is that we can now, this is our CTO hypes, and as you would expect from our CTO, it's got all of what you would love Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, The Matrix. Kevin, you've been profiled. So you are officially a nerd.
Yeah.
So this showed up actually yesterday while we were presenting, so it was super fun to see that. Our little list I've been working on here, I call myself Black Wave Rider based on a book I wrote about the shift taking place in consumerism, where people will have the power and a voice in culture and actually change media. And that's what you're doing as investors. You are part of that shift. So these are the lists that are starting to get formed by the members of the team. You have FamFlix, which is a family-friendly set of films. You've got 315 movies that you could sit and watch with everyone in the family. So this is a super fun version of a hype list. A date night is another great way to get together with your loved ones and watch a date night movie. We've got Just Kids, we've got Christmas, you've got Faith and Family here, you've got the Zoom Zone. For users who want to upgrade their experience and offer an entire page of content, their entire homepage, and they want to share it, they can rebrand. And for this example, you see up in the left-hand corner, that's FamFlix, the channel, not just the hype list. And so now you have this new ability. This is going to create all kinds of opportunities for various people who want to engage their customer audiences, their influencer audiences. They want to monetize their followings or create content around their social communities.
Is that kind of similar, Dan, to like a YouTube channel?
It would be very similar to a YouTube channel, with the exception that it won't be the YouTube logo in the corner. It's your logo, and it's your content that you've aggregated. A lot of what will be exciting will be your ability to take your YouTube channel content and package it into a MyStreme environment. I'll give you one of the most exciting communities is sports. Sports is where we see a big frustration. A lot of people want to switch, and a lot of people we know are going to switch. The reason we know that is 64% of Americans are not yet streaming live sports. 56% of the consumption time of sports is still on broadcast or cable TV. So it's not on streaming yet. I was talking to someone who's using a fully loaded cable plan. It's about $250 a month. And they lost the Detroit Red Wings and Tigers when Bally Sports pulled out of the Comcast package. So you're spending $250 a month and you don't have two of the three big sports in your town. As the streaming packages become more affordable and the cable packages become more expensive because you have fewer people there buying on it, it's a supply and demand issue. They're going to shift. They're going to find their way to the $20 package that gives them the Tigers and the Red Wings, and it is $20. So that's going to shift things, and what we're looking to do is augment that shift and provide a solution for those people looking for it, saying, I just want one place. I don't want to have to find the $20 Red Wings Tigers package. I just want to find my sports, and it'll show up on my screen.
So you are looking at the new hero of our homepage. So what you're looking at right here, you have all of the movies that we have recently watched and or been recommended by AI.
So you're saying, Nate, there is typically where you see that little bot, that would be a synopsis generated by the studio. This now is a synopsis generated by AI to talk to the individual about why that individual might have interest in that film.
For sure. Yep.
So it's no longer a sales pitch, but an actual reason.
Yep. So moving towards our actual AI interface, we can scroll down to John Lee's hype list right here, and then you can see a new little section with a bunch of fun icons. And I'll go through these real quick. If I was to click this button, it would pop out this little interface here to where you could actually place John Lee's hype list in the first slot, or the second, third going on in your carousel or in your homepage, which is super cool because no other platform would ever offer you rearranging their carousels. But no, you can rearrange everyone else's carousels on your homepage.
This whole thing is
super
like
awesome.
You know, I have a couple apps that I spend a lot of time in Garmin Connect because I work out a lot. And so, you know, rearranging and going through my settings on Garmin is something I spend quite a bit of time doing. And I can see how this is just like that. You're personalizing your MyStream page, not just a page provided by YouTube or Netflix, or it is your page that this is blowing my mind, guys. It's the first time I've seen this stuff. Blowing my mind.
Yeah. And you can even go not even as far as to order or to by star or by recency. If we were to click on this AI Hype Lab button, it would take us to our AI Hype Lab where we can edit John Lee's hype list, and then you can also put in your top 10 which titles. So say I wanted Mad Max in the 2 slot, I can move them to the 2 slot all the way back to 10, which is super cool because once again, you don't get to move what you place in most times in any of your other platforms lists.
Let me tell you why this is so important. Even though AI is really good, it will get it wrong from time to time. And if you have thousands of humans creating human-generated requests to the AI, and you have thousands of hype lists and fan channels to choose from, the cream will rise to the top. What we're doing is we're creating an extend a list button with those little ellipses in the corner, gives every one of our users the ability to change the code itself and go in there and request something different from AI in human language without any knowledge of coding. This begins to create thousands of programmers of our curation model, much more horsepower than we could ever employ.
So how big is this global streaming marketplace? Well, right now it's about 80 billion a year. And originally they were thinking it would go up to about 220 billion by the end of 2030. But AI came along and they actually looked at it again and they said, no, with AI, it's going to go over 400 billion. So this marketplace is going to be 400 billion annually. That's nearly $500 billion annual in the global streaming marketplace by 2030. And the most exciting thing is the patents that we own. We have 2 completed and 1 patent pending that enable us to curate and filter content.
The business model is this. You've got a freemium model where you're ad supported. For this one, anyone can join without even signing in. You'll get access. You can see the freemium content because advertising is supporting all of that viewership. Now, the 3 stream is where you start getting to the point where you have multi-streamers. You have 1 stream, 2 stream, 3 stream. How many channels, how many networks do you want to have? Amazon, Netflix, Max, maybe that's the set that you want to start at $89 per month. We can manage the number of streams and we can add or reduce those numbers of streams and manage your costs in a single place where you can see all of your streaming content in one place. Currently, nobody is offering this much content through this path, through a subscription management model. Now
I just wanted to mention on the business model side, the more we can get people on the platform through the free version, like Spotify does, the better, because we believe that a certain number of those will convert to the paid, to the additional features. The key is not to create a new streaming platform. The key is to create a layer above all the other streaming platforms. So the secret sauce is the curation. It's basically taming the streaming chaos. It's going into that haystack and it's finding the needles, the pinpointed content that you are interested in. For me, I'm super prude. My wife will watch anything and I'm like, no, I don't want to expose myself to that. So that's a big thing here in America, but it's an even bigger thing globally. So understand the global market. When you get into China, India, the biggest populations of the world, they're way more conservative on the content that will allow. So if we think there's a solution or we think there's a market for this here in the US, there's an even bigger market globally when it comes to curating content and filtering content. And that's our secret sauce.
We are now going to formally invite you to join. If you would like to go to your computers, I can walk you all through it and get you into the demo.